when we talk about energy medicine, most people in our world today are going to say it's woo-woo. You know, that what is energy medicine? I mean, give me a shot is what most of us have grown up with. So can we go to the 101 basics so that people can understand a little more of why this is very cool to take a look at?
Absolutely. And so I feel like this is a great time to look at this subject too, because there's also more awareness around these other technologies like EMF and how they're impacting our bodies. So when you have this other framework about how our body communicates, you can really, you can figure this out a little bit more. It doesn't seem woo. It's like, okay, this is how it works. And so, just bringing it back to conventional medicine, we know that our heart has a strong electromagnetic field. We measure that with technology called an EKG. That's very grounded in science. We know that we have brain waves that are measured with EEGs. So we have this electromagnetic field surrounding our body, and throughout this conversation that we have this electromagnetic field of energy that's measurable, all day long. With acknowledging this part of our body is that this biofield, if you will, is not just like an offshoot or an afterthought of our body, but it's actually a field of energy that is organizing and communicating and regulating our physical body. So when we're ill, we not only have to think about, all of the biochemical things to support our body, but how about if we can address and use tools to actually help create a term called more coherence or more flow in our biofield, so that our body has this flow of communication to really self-regulate and heal and tell the rest of our body what to do.
You referenced an EKG. So everybody knows, an EKG, you put these electrodes on the chest and you're measuring what's the electrical wave of the heart. You aren't measuring the heartbeat. You're measuring the electricity that's causing the heartbeat, right? That's activating the heartbeat. And an EEG is for the brain. Same thing. You put all these electrodes on and you sit there and it's some people have seen the pictures of the test results, all these lines, and you're trying to figure out what they all mean. It looks like Greek, but we're measuring the electricity because it's the electricity from cell to cell that goes through the brain, from the brain through the nervous system to every cell in your body that tells your cells what to do. If you've had the experience where you're a little wired, you're a little keyed up, and you go for a walk in the woods or you go for a walk in the field, and the result is you feel better, what you've done is you've grounded yourself. So Dr. Christine, could you tell us about the Schumann Wave? What is the Schumann Wave?
It's a frequency that the Earth naturally produces, that it has a great harmonizing effect on our physical body. This Schumann wave is, really important to our health. It's this connection that we have to the Earth. And when humans are blocked from this wave, there have been, studies to show that it has a negative impact on our health. And
the way I understand it, and the way I first heard about it, was the Russian cosmonauts. That the Russian cosmonauts, when they went into space, they got all airy-fairy headed and couldn't focus very well. And scientists tried to figure out, why did that happen? And what do we do about that? And what they realized was that there is this wavelength pattern that surrounds the planet and protects the planet from the radiation of the sun and all of that. And it keeps us grounded. And it's the Schumann wave. It's 7.83 megahertz. And when they put a Schumann wave generator in their space shuttles and spacecraft, they never had that problem again.